I'm so glad you check in on these love first words. I know that the Friday ones where I recommend books are not always perfectly engaging because not everybody reads. And you may have found it odd that recently most of the books I recommended are from the same author. But I'm hoping that each one of you, whether you're a big reader or a not big reader, finds the capacity to make at least one purchase of a book by Henri Nouwen, or Henry Nouwen, might be a different way to pronounce that. This book is called Reaching Out, the Three Movements of the Spiritual Life. And I was noticing again a passage where he says, not too long ago a priest told me that he'd canceled his subscription to the New York Times because he felt that the endless stories about war, crime, power games, and political manipulation only disturbed his mind and heart and prevented him from meditation and prayer. That is a sad story because it suggests that only by denying the world can you live in it. That only by surrounding yourself by an artificial, self-induced quietude can you live a spiritual life. A real spiritual life does exactly the opposite. It makes us so alert and aware of the world around us that all that is and happens becomes part of our contemplation and meditation and invites us to a free and fearless response. This book, Reaching Out, the Three Movements of the Spiritual Life, was written by Nouwen years ago. I've really appreciated it. I've appreciated it because it talks about the three movements. Here, I'll give you this. This is kind of cool. The way the book is set up, it goes like this. Reaching out to our inmost self. And then the second section is reaching out to our fellow human beings. And the third one, reaching out to God. It's reaching out to our inmost. Such a great first section. And it talks about some things that I'm more shy to talk about, to be honest. But I encourage you to be a reader, and I hope you find at least one, if not many books by Henri Nouwen. For example, every time I talk to somebody about becoming a pastor, I usually wind up referring to a book called The Wounded Healer by Nouwen back in the 70s. But one time through a Nouwen book might deepen your spirituality greatly. Reaching Out, the Three Movements of the Spiritual Life, might be one of your options. You are love first.